Now, how do you use the pedal in that context? If you're doing, you see that? And sound clean, okay? Without sounding like this. See, that's looking very, very nasty and dirty. Okay, so use simple scales or simple chords, probably drop two voicings. And then right before you hit the second chord, you let go, you off and on, and you have a clean 2 chord, and then you have a clean 3 chord. Okay, that's the first step. Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Keys Piano Tutorial. Dozy here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use your pedal, the sustain pedal, and how to improve your usage of the sustain pedal. If you've always had issues using the sustain pedal, then this tutorial is for you. But before we jump into the tutorial, please subscribe to the channel if you have not, and like the video if you like it. And in the course of study, if you have any question, do let me know in the comment section and I will be glad to put you through. Without further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. Alright, for our demonstration today, I'm going to be playing on the key of C major. The scale for C major is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Of course, you know that by now if you're a beginner or advanced or intermediate, whatever it is. Now, how do we use a sustain pedal? First, what does the sustain pedal do to your playing, or how does it affect your sound? Okay, it is important to note that whenever you play a chord and hold it down and then let go of it, the sound goes away. Okay, if you play C major and you take your hands off the keys, the sound goes away, right? But if you play C major and you hold down the sustain pedal, like if you look at the screen above, you can see around my left corner, right above the keyboard display, you can see a green small circle, you know, and a white small circle. Whenever you see the green small circle, I'm using the pedal. Whenever I take my foot off, then it's gonna be white. Like green now, I'm using the pedal, and I take my foot off, white, I'm no longer using the pedal. Okay, just keep an eye on that to know when I'm using the pedal and when I'm not using the pedal or stepping on the pedal. Okay, so when you play your chord, if you hold a pedal down and you let go, the sound kind of reverberates. Okay, it dampens, you know, it sustains, you know, pretty much. So that's how it works. Okay, so that's the basic idea, that's the basic function of the pedal, to extend your sound in case you want to go higher. Okay, so that extends your sound. That's fundamental. Now, how do we use the pedal? A lot of people would agree with me that you want to play the first note of the chord you're playing before you hit the pedal. Like for example, I'm trying to play C major like this voicing right here. Now, when do I hit the pedal? When do I step on the pedal? The moment I hit the first note of the chord in this context, which is C, then I step on the pedal. Like you can see, it's turned green right now, and then I build on it. Okay, I'll do it again. First note, pedal. You see that? But it's done really quick, so it's gonna be like, okay, really quick. The moment you hit it, boom, pedal. Does that make sense? Okay, now it doesn't have to be the lowest note all the time. It could be the highest note, like if I'm doing this. So when I hit the first note G, the highest note, then I hit the pedal, then build the others on it. Okay, so it's very important you know that the moment you touch the first note of whatever you're doing, you see, whenever you hit the first note, that's when you hit the pedal, and you hold it down until right before you hit the second note. Okay, now I'm gonna play these two chords and I won't use a pedal. It's gonna sound like this. You see that? So I play the first one and the second one, and the sound just disappeared, okay? But when I play the first one, I hold the pedal down after the first note, and I hold it down until right before I hit the D here, which is my lowest note. Then I hit the pedal again. So you see that? You see that? So again, first note, hold it down right before I hit the first note of my second chord. I do an off and on movement, like an off and on. You take your foot off and hit it back on. You know, you don't have to go all the way up. You can just go, as long as the pedal has, you know, aligned with itself to its first original position, you can hit it back again. So you see that? So that's basic. Now I've shown you how to play basic chords like C major. I'm gonna play F major now. Now, if you don't control the usage of the pedal, you're going to end up sounding mushy and clustered. For example, watch. You see how that sounds? Really dirty, not clean, not nice, okay? So you want to hit the first chord and let it sustain, and then right before you hit the second chord, you let go, you are off and on, and you have a clean 2 chord, and then you have a clean 3 chord. Okay, that's the first step. Now the second thing I want you to know is when you play a chord, now this is a C major 9th chord, right? I'm adding the 9th right here. Now as long as I'm playing the notes of the chord I'm playing, I can keep the pedal down. Okay, if you have a good keyboard, it will grab all the notes you're trying to play. If you have a lesser keyboard or whatever, then if you get to some point of playing too many notes, it's going to probably, you know, lose some of the sound, okay? But basically, I'm playing C major 9. I can do this. Now, I have the pedal down all the way because I'm playing the same notes of the chord. You see that? And that's how I have that sound. Okay? Now, if you're trying to play 2 different chords, like you're trying to play something like this. Now, this is an A minor 9th, right? Or A minor 9th, 7, A minor 7 plus 9. Now, I'm playing G major on my right hand and A minor on my left hand. Now, let's say I want to do an arpeggio. I'm not going to do an arpeggio of the left hand, but the right hand. And I will keep the pedal down and sound like this. You see that? And keep that pedal down. You cannot do an arpeggio without the pedal, okay? Without a sustain pedal. If I don't have the pedal down, it's going to sound like this. You see that? But if I have the pedal down, let's say I want to do a pentatonic run going up, I could do. You see? And the pedal is down, so the sound remains, the sound sustains, okay? So that's another thing I wanted you to know. Okay, now it is very important to also note that sometimes you might be playing too many chords at the same time, like you're trying to do now how do you use the pedal in that context? If you're doing, you see that? And sound clean, okay, without sounding like this. See, that's looking very, very nasty and dirty. It's difficult to do that because I'm not used to playing like that, but you know, look. You see that? Now I'm able to sound like that because I'm constantly doing the off and on movement. So off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. Now, how do you progress like this? without having to, sound clustered or mushy. Now, I'm going to suggest or recommend you use basic scales, okay? Especially drop two voicings, okay? Let's say you have C here, you have E here. Or you can do a basic C in your right hand, and you have A on the left hand, like drop two kind of voicing. Then you can run all the way up. Now, this might look very easy for you, but if you really want to master using the pedal, it's not really about how, the complex chords you play. It's not really about that right now. Right now, all you're trying to do is to learn how to transition between your notes and sound clean. You see? You see that? So you can use basic scales to practice the pace of moving. Sustain. You can even use regular chords like C major to G to D major. Okay? Rather than doing this. That's really messy and mushy. Off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on, like that. And as you get better, you try to transition to other key. Okay? So use simple scales or simple chords, probably drop two voicings. Always remember, whenever you're playing the notes of the same chord, you can hold the pedal down and play the notes of the same chord. If you're playing a C minor chord, you see, build that ambience, okay? And try as much as possible not to sound mushy. Don't be in a hurry. It takes practice as you play or you do chord progressions. It takes a lot of practice to be able to move smoothly, especially adding grace notes like this. Like this. You see? Now, if you notice when I did this, I'm not holding the pedal down because I have a note that is not necessary for my chord. I'm trying to play a basic, F major 7 add 9 or whatever. And I don't need this because I'm not playing an F dominant 7, so I just hold the notes down with my fingers and do the run. Okay, that's actually the next thing I was going to share with you. When you're doing grace notes, like you're doing you don't hold the pedal until you're done with the movement. So you hold a G here. So no pedal until I hit the last note, which is my destination note. Just this. But here I can do. Now notice I didn't hit the pedal while I was doing this. If I did, it would sound like this. You see? Very messy. So from here, I can do whatever. Or, okay, I don't really mess with the pedal as much until I get to my destination. Okay? If you're going from your 6 to your 2, and you want to do a walk up. So from here, that's slow. If I'm doing it fast, I don't really use the pedal as much until I get here. So that way I can have a smooth transition. Okay? But if I have to hold any part of the chord a little longer, like here, for like one more second, then I can use the pedal. Okay? You see, no pedal until I have to hold the note down. Then voila! So do not lose sight of these tips and practice them. It takes practice, okay? You won't just be able to do it overnight, okay? Take your time, practice it. If you have questions, let me know in the comment section and I will be glad to help you. Of course, Easy Keys Piano Tutorial signing out. Don't forget to click the videos you see on top of your screen. If you want to see other tutorials like this, click either of these two boxes or both of them and catch up to what we're doing so far in this channel. Thanks again for watching. Like the video if you like it, and see you in the next tutorial. Peace out. bensound.com